Hi friends, welcome back. If it's your first time joining me, hi, I'm Shannon. You can find me here on YouTube as well as on Instagram, it's StitchyShannon85. I've got a different kind of video for you today. Sorry. Um, we're gonna be talking about bags, sewing bags, and basically I've been making a ton of different bags lately. I have not been cross-stitching, so I'm sorry. I don't have anything to show you, so if sewing and bags don't interest you, I apologize. I'll see you next time. You don't have to stick around. So yeah, what I wanted to do was show you some of the bags I've made recently and kind of do a brief little pattern review, I guess. Maybe I know there's a bunch of people that I've talked to that are like starting to sew, are maybe interested in making bags but are not sure. So I thought this would be a good way to kind of like let you know what patterns are maybe a little bit more beginner friendly, or maybe give like little tips if you are going to be trying a more advanced bag. For like a little bit of background, I would say I'm intermediate sewist, I guess. There are a lot of things I'm still very beginner at. I will totally admit that. I've only been sewing seriously for about a year. So I'm definitely not like a professional. Let's not get this twisted at all. But I've made quite a few different bags, so I might have a thing or two to say. Take it for what it's worth. I do not think I am a bag guru by any stretch of the imagination, so I have a couple of piles that are actually, there's one designer that I have many bags from, and then there's a bunch of like bits and pieces, so I'll try and kind of mix them up a little bit. First, we'll talk about flipping out. This is a By Annie pattern. By Annie patterns are great if you are new. She offers video tutorials. Every time you buy a pattern, not every time, for most of her newer patterns, the majority of her patterns, if you buy the pattern, you get the coupon for the free video. And then you can kind of watch along. Her videos are not full length, beginning to end making the bag. It just kind of helps you through the difficult parts of the bag. If you are brand new to bag making, I highly recommend you go check out By Annie's free patterns. She has 4 or 5 free patterns that are kind of like fundamental videos that show you how to do like the basics, like binding, creating a 3D bag, working with the Soft and Stable, which is the foam. All of her bags have the foam. And some other things, installing zippers, working with vinyl, working with mesh, etc. So flipping out was one of the very first bags I made. It was either the second or third bag. This, I would say, is more in the difficult beginner. And the reason why I say this is because the base, this small little circular base, is a bit tricky to put together. It's not impossible. I did it. Anyone can do it. You're also working with one side of a zipper strip. So you're taking a zipper apart and putting it back together. You do, with By Annie patterns, need to use handbag zippers. So she sells 4.5. You can also use number 5 zippers. They have a wider zipper tape, and it's really important for multiple reasons with her patterns, usually because you're using them to seal edges. I have tried using number 3 zippers when I first started, and it does not work. Do not try. There is a reason she says use number 5, so. Okay, so flipping out. Comes and says small and large. I've only ever made the smalls. I've made several of these now. It's a great bag for pens, pencils, notions. I keep one beside my sewing machine with a bunch of my, like my stiletto and scissors, etc. So you can just flip it down and have everything easily accessible. There's In the small, there's 3 pockets. In the large, there's 4. They're mesh with fold-over elastic, and then there's a little, very tiny gusset pocket in the front as well. So these are super fun bags. A difficult beginner, I would say. Adventurous beginner. And that is using the Tula Pink Disco Kitty fabric from her Quilty Box collaboration. Okay, moving on, let's save that one. More great patterns for beginners. These ones I'll have to insert photos for, but this is the So Sweetness Faithwell storage bin. This is a free pattern on her website. This one you only need fabric and foam, possibly interfacing for your fabric. I can't remember offhand. Super simple bag. The trickiest part is that there are curves. That part is tricky, but otherwise a very easy bag. Great beginner pattern. With most sewing, if you are new to sewing, the larger projects tend to be easier because you have more sewing space. Smaller ones tend to be a little bit harder, trickier. So take that for what it's worth. And I will insert a picture of the one that I did. I gave them away as a gift. So I also I took my cross stitch and turned it into a desktop cube. I've made several of these before. They're really fun, really simple. This one is part of a set of patterns, so you do have to purchase it, but they're really great. Very fast, quick sews. Really recommend those for beginners as well. And they're great to keep, supplies. And I think I use the medium one to keep a bunch of my Bayani patterns in. And then I made a large one for Nick for his TV remotes, for his bedroom, and there's so many uses for it. They're really great. Great for pens and pencils on the desk too, if you make the small one maybe. Okay, raccoon. Eyeglass case. I'll insert a picture of the one that I made for my niece. This is a really fun, easy pattern. If you're a part of the Pink Pony Design Facebook group, it's a free pattern, or you can purchase it for a very small fee from pinkponydesign.com. Super fast, super simple sew. All you need is your fabric, foam, and a zipper. And it's very similar in structure to this bag, except there is no rounded base. It's flat, but it's got the one continuous zipper going around. So very similar, very, very fast. I think I made one in 15 minutes. So, and that was my first time making it. Super simple. The only thing I don't like about it is that the inside there is a raw edge, because it becomes bulky if you bind it. Not crazy about that. Okay. My new favorite bag, the Zippy Clutch. This is a pattern by Amy Lynn Designs, and she is brilliant. So this bag, you can purchase the pattern as it is. You can also purchase extensions. So there's a mini version. There is a slanted zipper option for the front zipper. And I think there's a couple other things you can do as well. I've only done the basic one. I've made a couple. So this one I made using cork. She recommends that you use like upholstery, like thicker upholstery fabrics, things like that. Vinyl, cork. So what I did was I used cork for this one, and then I wanted to use this cotton woven, so I interfaced it with Decoville Light. You get a front zipper that goes, the pocket goes on both sides, and then you have one large pocket on the inside. You could add a recessed zipper in there if you were really adventurous, but that's that guy. I also made one out of vinyl, and again, I just took cotton woven and interfaced it with Decoville Light. And this one I used fabric for the cotton woven for the lining, and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love these so much. They're so fun to make. 10 out of 10 recommend. She has a really great YouTube video on how to make the bag. And she also has some really good technique videos. Amy Lynn is brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Definitely go and support her. She's lovely. Okay, we've got the Clematis Wristlet by Blue Cala Design. This is the bag that almost broke me. It is not the bag's fault. The bag is super simple. Like, it is beautiful, wonderful, simple. I just decided to venture into different threads and fabrics, and thread was my biggest problem. And I did waterproof canvas on the interior. Vinyl, this was my first time doing vinyl. It is a really fun bag to make when you know what you're doing. When you don't know what you're doing. I will say, I shouldn't have been using, it was the thread that I was using that was the problem. But there are really great video tutorials from Okla Roots, also Fierce Kitten, I think that's her name, Fierce Kitten Designs. Really great video tutorials on YouTube for this bag. I believe even Blue Cala might have her own. I know she does videos for her bags. I just don't know if she has, I'm not sure. But this is a free pattern as well. If you're interested, it's a really great pattern. Then we've got the Devon Pouch by Sotak Handmade, S-O-T-A-K. Lovely bags. You get two sizes, small and the large. I have just made the large. That's it. And these are really fun to sew. So basically you have a smaller front pocket and a larger pocket. Simple bag, really fun to sew, comes together really quickly. You can use quilting cotton, you can use vinyl, you can use cork. There's great video tutorials from Lauren Mormino. Actually, I don't know if hers is a tutorial or a sew along kind of, but you get to see what she's doing anyways. Sotak Handmade might even have one, I'm not sure. But I recommend, if there's any bag that you're interested in making or trying, that you look for videos on YouTube first or from the designer. I tend to watch the video first and then make the bag and find it goes a lot more smoothly. Okay, I've got just a couple left. The first one, I don't have the newest one that I've made, but the H2O To Go. I'll insert a picture of the one that I just made. I gave it away as a gift. But this is a really fun bag to make. I would say this is a adventurous beginner / intermediate pattern. There's nothing outrageously difficult about it except for the bottom is a rounded base, which is a little bit trickier, especially when you're using waterproof canvas or laminate vinyl. This one I used a laminate vinyl. I don't recommend at all. I hate it. The second bag that I made, I used waterproof canvas and it went a lot better and looks and feels a lot better. So if you can, waterproof canvas is the way to go. I used a 420 denier waterproof canvas from Pacana. It's beautiful, works beautifully in the bag. You could probably get away with a 300 too, but that's what I did. Now this bag is big enough to hold a 40 ounce Hydro Flask or water bottle or whatever. or a bottle of wine. Ask me how I know. And then it has a front pocket. You can do single or double zip. I just did single. You get a slip pocket in the flap, and then you also get a slip pocket here, and then 4 card slots for your ID or whatever. So this is a really fun bag. Great crossbody, great for festivals, great for hiking, great for theme parks, camping, all the things. Love this bag. It is by Linds Handmade, Linds. She has a really great video tutorial on YouTube. Okla Roots has a really great video tutorial. I also highly recommend checking out the Facebook group for really great tips and tricks and changes to the bag, etc. There's a lot of people printing it out at 80%, 80 or 85% for children. Some people remove the pocket and just make it into like a crossbody just for the water bottle. It's great. Great, great, great. Cannot say enough good things. She also has, Linds Handmade has a new backpack out that I am coveting. But I bought a backpack pattern, so I need to try that one first. I have a pattern addiction, if you cannot tell. Okay. So Sweetness widget messenger bag. I don't have the cover photo. I'll have to insert the cover photo. But here is my version. This bag is amazing for panels. It's got the front pocket, which is great for featuring panels. I did this Little Mermaid Essential Worker fabric. Inside the front double zip pocket, it opens up and you have, she gives you options for this one, but I did the 2 pens, and then there's a slip pocket, and you also get a place to put a D-ring so you could hook your keys onto, which is great. I'm forever losing my keys. Unfortunately, my keychain is a janitor looking keychain with all the keys. So I've got keys to multiple houses in mine, so, and mailboxes and whatnot. So it's a little too big for in there, but that's a really great idea. I did not include, but included in the pattern is a grommet so that you could put your headphone jack through. I use AirPods, so I don't need the place for the cord, but that is a really great feature. You could also use it for dog bags, like doggy doo-doo bags. You know, if you're a dog walker, this would be a great bag for that. And then in the main compartment, you get a, I don't know if you can see, it doesn't, there's a mesh zipper pocket at the back, and then towards the front there is just a zipper pocket built into the lining, and then a zipper at the back. So lots of zippered pockets, great way to stay organized, and then a crossbody strap. So love, 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 love. This one, the video is beautiful, wonderful, great pattern. I would say it is a lot of layers. It's a pretty intense bag if you are newer to bags, so I would say intermediate, not impossible for a beginner, but you really have to, it's more of an intense pattern, I would say. There's a lot of layers, there's nothing especially difficult about it, but it's a lot. So, I mean, take that into account. It's just a lot. I did it in a night though. So, I mean, I found most of it was cutting. There's a lot of cutting in that one. Okay, wrapping up the projects. Yes, this is my latest sew. I did this one last night. This is the Super Bloom travel bag. I saw my friend Genevieve, who is Jasmine Ravenclaw on Instagram. She has been making a bunch of these bags and I am obsessed, obsessed. So I had to make my own too. So this is the Super Bloom travel bag. It is a gorgeous tote bag. Features, you have side pockets that wrap around on each side. They're slip pockets, again, that go all the way around, and then they have zippers, working zipper pockets as well. So you get lots of pocket space on the outside. And then on the inside, so you've got a zipper up top to keep everything closed. And then you get a zipper pocket in the lining. It does, in the tutorial, only give you one. If you wanted to, you could do the same on the other side and have one in the other half of the lining. I didn't. I generally don't use a ton of zipper pockets. I'm one of those throw and go kind of gals. So, but yeah, this was beautiful to make. It was really fun. This was my first time using, I usually use Biani Soft and Stable. I got a really good deal on some Pellon Flex Foam, so I tried that out for this bag and I really liked it. I will say the quality doesn't feel as nice as Biani Soft and Stable, but it holds up. I mean, it's got beautiful shape and body. It was nice to work with. It just doesn't feel as soft when you're working with it, but when it's in there, I don't notice a difference at all. So something to think about. I don't know. I really like Biani Soft and Stable. If I could make every bag out of it, I would. It's a little pricey here in Canada. That's all. A little harder to come by too. So that is the Super Bloom travel bag, and I would say this one is, again, there's nothing especially difficult about it. It's just a bigger bag, so it's going to take you a little bit more time. There's nothing overly difficult except for maybe the base of the bag, which is that kind of rounded bottom, but it's a larger surface area, so it's not terrible either. I used waterproof canvas for the lining to make it easy to wipe out. Great bag. 10 out of 10, recommend. And again, Sarah's videos are so good. I always buy the pattern with the video. It's a couple dollars more, but I think well worth it. I usually watch the video, you know, a day or two before, let it kind of sink into my head, and then I can just go off of the paper tutorial. I think with this one, just once I had to go and reference the video, and I was doing exactly what I thought I should be, and that was correct. I just wanted to double check. So very great pattern. Will make again. And if you're interested in a bag like this, like the Super Bloom tote, check out my friend Jasmine Ravenclaw. She is making and selling these totes, and she is brilliant. Speaking of which, I will show you, this is not a bag I made. This is a bag that Jen made for me. She is such a generous friend. She's so sweet. Oh, I'll take off this because I've been using it, so it's got all my stuff. I had to take all my stuff out. So she made me this bag, and she is so sweet. It is beautiful. This is a Davina tote from, I believe, Bagstock. I would have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure. And this is the handbag size, which is perfect. It does come in a larger tote version as well, I believe. But she made this using vinyl for the strip here and details, accent details. She embroidered using her embroidery machine. The characters. She's got her logo embroidered on the bottom. Jen, I hope you don't mind that I'm showing this. I probably should have asked first. Forgive me, friend. She did such a beautiful job though. Like, she's so talented. She did waterproof canvas. This is a great bag design. And I've heard beautiful things about Bagstock tutorial patterns. Okla Roots does a bunch of tutorials on them. What a generous friend. This is such a lovely bag. I cannot tell you about the pattern because I don't own the pattern, so I don't know difficulty wise, but I just wanted to show you. If you're interested in handbags, Jen Genevieve is making them and selling them, so check her out on Instagram. She does beautiful custom work. Okay, last thing, I just want to show you some new patterns that I've picked up that I'm going to be giving a try. This is the Lolly backpack. This you have to buy directly from the designer on Facebook. I've gone through the tutorial. She does a video tutorial on, I believe it's on YouTube, and I've seen a couple different people do the tutorial on YouTube. I definitely recommend watching the tutorials. The pattern is just pictures. There's no description for that reason. She's not, I think she has a couple other bag designs as well. She's really lovely to deal with, super quick at responding. I'm really excited to make this bag. And then I got some new bag patterns from By Annie. I got the Place for Everything 2.0. I'm so excited for this bag. I just need to finalize my fabric choices and then that's going down. Open Wide 2.0. Super excited for this one too. Just a different kind of, you know, cosmetics bag. And then this bag I've actually made. I own the original pattern. The Double Zip Gear Bag 2.0. So in the original, you just get the medium size, and now they have a large and a small, and they've edited it a little bit, so excited to give that a go. And that's it. Wow, look at me just going off about bags for half hour. So please let me know down below if you like this video, if you want to see more videos kind of like this, if you want more sewing videos, if you have any questions about sewing. I'm by far not a guru. I do not know it all. I'm still very much I would say a advanced beginner / intermediate. So I'm coming at it from that perspective, which can be refreshing, I think, too. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.